30 minutes of power.
Welcome back to another lovely episode of 30 Minutes of Power. This is episode 10 of the Talk Your Book miniseries. I am Jory O'Neill. This episode, your book is waiting. I kind of imagined in my mind when I started this episode to be like to channel like my inner WWF. This is before WWE, so I'm dating myself. When Macho Man Randy Savage would come on, right, and he'd be like, "Come on, brother," and so, I'm also revealing how much of a nerd and geek I am. I was gonna say used to be, but I revel in my skin. Your book is ready. And it's waiting. Are you ready? If you made it this far, I want to say something to you, honestly. You did it. You did it. You didn't just listen. You showed up. You recorded voice memos. You answered prompts. You faced fears. And you started. And starting is the hardest part. Don't let anybody get it twisted. People shame folks for not finishing what they start. But you, my friend, you did the hard work. You started. I'm going to tell you what I know about you. I know this to be true about you because you started. You have a message. You have a story. You have something inside of you that the world needs to hear. And for far too long, you've probably been telling yourself that you're not ready. You're not qualified. You don't have time. I remember that lie. The truth about your book is that it doesn't need to be ready. You don't need to be ready. Your book is waiting. I know I started by asking you, are you ready? But I want to pose a different question to you. Are you ready to be faithful? That is a different question. Faithful to the process. Faithful to your voice. Faithful to the people who are waiting on your message. They're waiting on your story. So over these 10 episodes, we've covered a lot. We've talked about ditching the belief that you have to be a writer to start. We talked about starting messy. That episode, listen, you guys, y'all like that messy stuff. Right? That episode got so many downloads. And staying real, right? We talked about creating a 15-minute flow, right? We talked about prompts that pull the story out. We talked about speaking in scenes, not summaries. We talked about, what else we talked about? Identifying the reader promise. We talked about finding a framework that fits your flow. We talked about editing with empathy. And last time we talked about sharing without shame. And even if the shame comes up, do it anyway. And so today's episode, what comes next? What comes next? You've got all these voice memos. You've got all these scattered thoughts. We figured out a way to kind of systemize and get them together in one concrete place, itemizing by themes. Here's what I learned after writing 13 books, publishing 11, and helping dozens of people write theirs. The people who finish their books aren't the most talented. They're the most committed. So what is next for you? What's next? The ones that finish, the committed ones, they're the ones who show up even when they don't feel like it. They're the ones who record voice notes in the car, in the closet, in the bathroom. They're the ones who keep going even when the first draft is messy. They're the ones who share even when they're scared. And that, my friend, I believe that's you. So, here's your final prompt. I want you to record a 5-minute declaration. And I don't want this to be something that you add to the book. I want this to be a declaration of the person that you are making a promise to yourself to become. So we're not speaking in the present tense. We are speaking in the future tense. And some of the visualization exercises that I do with my clients, it is just this. Claiming that which is not as though it was. That is the definition biblically of faith. So in this declaration, you are going to fill in the prompts. And I'm actually going to put this prompt in the show notes. Easier for you to find. I am the author of blank. I want you to name it. Things, they mean something different when they have a name. And not to get too far off script and off topic, I know I can go on a tangent. I've been pregnant 7 times. I have 4 children. And if your math is mathing, you are kind of confused about what happened to the other 3. I had 3 miscarriages. And my husband and I, we were young and in love and newly married. And so we had put kind of like a time frame on how many kids we wanted to have. Not so much just the number of years we would try. Because we didn't know how long it would take to get pregnant. Well, we tried. As soon as I stopped taking birth control, boom, we got pregnant. We named that baby. And we lost that baby. And then we got pregnant again, and we had my second son, Donovan, and we got pregnant again, and we named that baby, and we lost that baby. And then we got pregnant again, and we named that baby, and we lost that baby. And so the next 3 pregnancies were all successful. Jordan, Rachel, Nathaniel. But we had names for every child. And every child that we gave a name to, they became real. Regardless if I held them, regardless if I could see them, they had a name. And so it is super important. Even if you change your title to your book later, name it. So we'll start over. Your 5-minute declaration. I am the author of. Say your book's name. I wrote this book because. This is the why. And I used to be in a coaching community with Dean Graciosi, and he would say, you need to find a why that'll make you cry. And I think if you figure out the why you've written this book, you will become one of the committed ones. You will become one of the ones who eventually finish what you start. And this last part, and the people who read it will. That's your reader's promise. But it's also the transformation you desire anyone who picks up your book to have. So, for example, I'll do mine. So I don't want to be just a talk. I want to explain and I want to demonstrate. I am the author of Talk Your Book. Say it, shape it, share it. I wrote this book because I was tired of brilliant people sitting on stories and messages that were meant to change and shift lives. And the people who read it will finally stop making excuses why they can't finish their book. That is my declaration. That is why I wrote this book. That is why I went away to a cafe. This is a true story. For 6 weeks, I had an accountability partner who checked in on me every Wednesday and still does to this day, every Wednesday, to ensure that I finish what I started. And I finished this book, and I've actually gotten written correspondence from people who've picked this book up, some in this country, some abroad, who have been blessed because of it. That declaration was everything. Figuring out why, figuring out what to name it, figuring out what I wanted my reader transformation to be. If you could do those 3, that's it. That's the secret sauce. Why did you wait till episode 10 to tell us? I know. Say the best for last. But that is your why. That's your vision. That's your commitment. That 5-minute declaration. Record it. Save it. And every time that voice whispers in your ear and you start to doubt yourself, I want you to listen to your voice. There's something powerful about listening to your own voice. There are so many voices. There's so much noise in the world. To cancel it all out, to get quiet enough to answer those 3 questions, and then to listen back to it. Listen to your own voice. In a world full of voices and noise, listen to your own voice. Because your book is waiting, and the world is waiting for you to write it. Now let's talk about your next invitation. Join the 5-day challenge. Like I said, if you go on my website, joryoneal.com, you will find the 5-day challenge, and you can start right now today. You get to spend 5 days with me going through the challenge and getting clear on your book. We go deep for 5 days, an hour each day live with me, sometimes a little bit more. I get a little carried away sometimes. But you'll walk away with your book outline. You walk away with your reader promise in the beginning of your manuscript. Come on now. And here's the kicker. We use the same prompts from this series because we use the same prompts from my book. We use them and we go a little deeper. We transcribe together. We organize together. We create together. Step by step, I share my screen and I walk you through it. So at the end of 5 days, you'll know exactly what your book is about and how to finish. All right. As always, the link is in the show notes, but if nothing else, go to joryoneal.com. It's on my main page. So once you get there, you'll find it. Talk your book. 5-day challenge. Actually, at the top of the page now, I got a little savvy. Top of the page in the menu, just say join the challenge. Boom, you go straight there. It's ready when you are. All right. It's ready when you are. It's on demand. Go for it. Go get it. Second invitation, the 8-week course. Listen, I've taken private coaching clients through the same process in 6 months. But here's what I figured out. A lot of that stuff I cut out because it wasn't needed. It wasn't necessary. We get super granular and go super deep, super quickly. And this is for people who want the full system. Like, how do I finally finish this book? Week 1, we set up the voice first flow. Week 2, we capture the core message. Week 3, we go into organizing your content, right, into themes. Week 4, we create the book structure. Week 5, we transcribe. We transcribe what you have and refine it using AI tools. So no, AI is not writing your book. AI is assisting you in pulling out the goodness. And week 6, we edit with empathy. I don't know if you're seeing any similarities for what we've done here. Week 7, we finalize your manuscript, and week 8, we prep it for publishing. At the end of the 8 weeks, you have a published. It's polished. It's publishable. I would have it go through human editing. Okay. Full disclaimer: my books go through human editing. They have to. They must. Right. And the reason I take you through all these steps is so that you know how to do it again for your next book. I get paid well to ghostwrite. I'm not gonna hold you. I get paid well to ghostwrite. But this is 30 minutes of power, and I would love to empower you with the ability to write and create your own books on your own time, on your own dime. And when you're done, come holler at me and I'll publish it. But if you do, if you're like, yeah, you know what, Jory, you just take this. If you don't want to write it yourself, you don't have the time. If you want it done, you want it done well. We do offer ghostwriting services. Do a series of deep dive interviews. I ask you the right questions, voice notes, organize your content, write the manuscript in your voice. At the end, you'll have a book that sounds like you that you didn't have to write. So if that's what you need, we can talk about that too. Link to book a consultation is also in the show notes and also on my website, joryoneal.com. Listen, people, here's what I want you to know. You don't have to do this alone, but you do have to do it. And I would love for you to do it your way. So whatever path you take, it doesn't matter. My encouragement to you is to finish what you started. Don't do things the way your favorite author did it, not the way the experts say you should, not even the way I say. Do it your way. using your voice, your rhythm, your stories. Before you close, close this little podcast app that you got going on here, I want to say thank you. Like, seriously, thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting me to guide you through this story. Thank you for showing up. Your book matters. Your voice matters. And I am honored to just be a part of this journey with you. All right, that's episode 10. That's the end of the series. But it is not the end of your book. Your book is waiting. The question is, are you ready? I got to do it again. All right. And I think you are. Now go record that declaration, and let's get your book out of your head and into the world. I'll see you in the challenge, in the 8-week course, or in the DMs. Either way, be an empowered person using your power to empower others. Till next time, people.
Johnny minutes of power.